Hey guys, it's Jenny Silver, and today I want to talk to you about some of the recent developments with the IRS. There are several changes over the last couple days that are going to impact you during tax filing season. Now, I want to talk to you about these changes and exactly what they mean. Now, I'm going to be going over the $10,200 worth of tax exemption, the change in the deadline for filing your income taxes, and I'm also going to cover the delays that the IRS is experiencing with getting you your refund. First up, the $10,200 worth of unemployment benefits that are untaxed on the federal level thanks to the American Rescue Plan Act. The American Rescue Plan Act granted $10,200 worth of your unemployment benefits to be untaxed on the federal level, and they are removed from your AGI on your Schedule 1 using Line 8 to deduct them. If you have not yet filed your income taxes and you are using a CPA, the CPAs and tax preparers are ready at this point in time to file your income taxes for you. Now, TurboTax and H&R Block do both seem to have updated their tax software with a $10,200 unemployment benefit. If you want to be sure when you are filing your taxes, number one, double check on the tax software's website or their blog or their COVID-19 resource page or their unemployment area. And number two, you can double check that it was excluded for you by double checking your Schedule 1 and looking at Line 8. On Line 8, you should see parentheses $10,200 and next to that code UCE. This is how the exclusion is marked in the Schedule 1 in your tax return. Now, for those of you that have already filed your 2020 income taxes and you now need to take advantage of this $10,200 tax-free benefit, there's good news. Yesterday, the IRS commissioner stated at a congressional hearing that the $10,200 worth of unemployment benefits should be able to be automatically calculated and refunded to you by the IRS without any further action. IRS Commissioner Charles Rettig said, "Do not file an amended return at this time. We believe that we will be able to handle this on our own. We believe that we will be able to automatically issue refunds associated with the $10,200. Now notice that he says we believe. So it's not quite guaranteed yet, but we believe is a very strong statement for an IRS commissioner to make at a congressional hearing. So he then went on to state that more details will be released in the coming days. So we'll continue to be on the lookout for those details, but for those of you that have already filed 2020 income taxes, this is good news and you should not need to amend your 2020 income taxes. If you need more information on the $10,200 tax-free benefit, I have a few other videos that I'm going to link down below that go into additional details. Next, let's talk about the extended deadline for filing your income taxes. The federal income tax filing deadline has been moved from April 15th to a new deadline of May 17th, 2021. The postponement of this deadline is automatic. You do not need to complete any forms or requests in order to have your income taxes for the federal government postponed to May 17th. In addition to that, also postponed is the need to pay your 2020 tax payments from April 15th, postponed up to May 17th. So if you filed but you are waiting to pay, you can continue to wait to pay without any taxes or penalties up until May 17th. Now, it's very important to note here that while federal income tax filing deadlines and payment deadlines have been postponed until May 17th, what has not been postponed until May 17th are the estimated quarterly income taxes. If you are someone who is required to file and pay estimated quarterly income taxes, those are not postponed and those are still required to be paid by the April 15th deadline. The IRS press release states this relief does not apply to estimated tax payments that are due April 15, 2021. These payments are still due on April 15th. For those of you that don't know what estimated income taxes are due for individuals that have self-employment income over the amount of $1,000 on the prior year's tax return. If you have an income over $1,000 of self-employment income, you are required to pay your income taxes in advance in the form of an estimated amount. This amount is noted on Form 1040-ES in your prior year's tax return. So if you're filing 2020 income taxes on your 2020 income tax return, if you are required to file estimated income taxes, you will have Form 1040-ES, and it will state on that the estimated amount that you must pay. That April 15th deadline has not been changed. So if you are someone that is required to file estimated quarterly income taxes, then you are still required to file them according to the April 15th deadline. In addition to that, what has not been changed is the statewide income tax filing deadline. The income tax filing deadline on the federal level has been changed, but state requirements in terms of filing deadlines are going to differ from state to state. Now, if you're in my home state of California, California has also delayed the income tax filing deadline to May 17th in order to match the IRS delayed deadline. So if you're in my home state of California, both your federal and state income taxes are not due until May 17th. Next, let's talk about delays in the IRS processing tax returns. Now, many of you are awaiting a refund from the IRS. You have filed your 2020 income taxes and you have noticed that your refund is quite delayed. I want to touch briefly on some of the reasons why things are being delayed and how you can track your status. First method is on irs.gov, and I'm going to link it down below. Here, you need to type in your social security number, your filing status, and your exact refund amount. You must enter the exact whole dollar refund amount shown on your tax return. In addition to that, you can also utilize the IRS To Go mobile app from irs.gov. Now, what do the different statuses that you may see on your refund tracker mean? If you see received, the IRS now has your tax return and is working to process it. If you see approved, the IRS has processed your return and confirmed the amount of your refund if you are owed one. And if you see sent, your refund is now on its way to your bank through direct deposit or as a paper check in your mailbox. Now, many of you are still waiting for your return to be processed and for your refund to be sent. Well, you are not alone because nearly 7 million people are waiting right along with you. Now, typically the IRS takes up to 21 days in order to process and send out your refund. This is the time frame that is listed on irs.gov. However, with the 2020 income tax filing season, there are a number of reasons why you should expect delays in receiving your refund. This is that pandemic-related staffing shortages, in addition to budget cuts within the IRS, have resulted in them not having enough staff in order to process the volume of work and updates that they must do during the 2020 filing season. We also have another round of stimulus checks currently being dispersed, which means that the IRS is juggling this task amongst filing season. Also causing delays are individuals who have claimed the recovery rebate on their 2020 tax filing. If you filed and you had to claim a recovery rebate, that means that your income tax filing must be manually reviewed. This manual review of these income tax returns that are claiming the recovery rebate stimulus check is not only slowing down processing in general, but it can also impact your own specific return if you were someone that claimed that recovery rebate. If you collected unemployment benefits, that can also cause a delay because the IRS must receive a state report of what each state paid to each individual taxpayer. Now, some states are running late in turning in this data to the IRS, and this is also causing further delay. Now, the tax filing season this year got off to a late start. February 12th was the delayed start date that the IRS began to receive and process income tax returns. because of that delayed start, they are now processing a larger volume of returns over a shorter period of time. Now, there are a number of legislative changes to tax law that are also causing delays. The ability to use your 2019 income to qualify for the EITC credit, the child tax credit, recovery rebate credit, various changes that the IRS is undergoing due to new legislation is causing a significant number of delays as they update systems and update procedures, and delays. And many of these returns claiming special tax credits requires the IRS to then manually review the tax return. Okay, you guys, I hope that was helpful. Please click like, subscribe, and leave me a comment down below. My microphone. Change in the deadline for filing your income taxes. What else? Something else. Something boring, because it's the IRS. What is it? And the delays that are being experienced for receiving your income tax return. Refund. It's a refund. I don't ever receive a refund, so I don't know what it's called. I don't think I've received a refund the entire 10 years that I've been self-employed. Usually owe thousands of dollars. And I'm also, it's not a word, also